Okay, today I show you how to build a badass desk setup from Ikea and Amazon, like this one, for as low as $250. So there's two key reasons why I wanted to create a desk setup like this. Reason number one, I am a full-time creative. This is my job, and I wanted more depth to my desk setup. Not only do I want more room and real estate when I'm editing or designing or working on stuff, but I also wanted to be able to utilize the extra portion of the desk itself for things like overhead shots. So all I have to do is move my desk pad, my wireless keyboard, and mouse out of the way, and then my desk essentially turns into a prop at that point. On top of that, I was honestly just tired of the typical Ikea gaming desk setup. I wanted something different for me. So I went with the 74-inch by 42-inch Carl B kitchen island countertop. Now I will warn you, I personally went with the highest available option that Ikea had. So sit tight for the other cheaper alternatives. And it's also good to point out that you don't need to use this just for a creative space. This actually makes for an insane gaming setup as well, especially my fellow streamers out there that run dual PC setup, allowing you enough depth in the background to be able to put your PCs behind everything, so that way you're not too clustered in the actual space of where you game. So moving into the desktop, again, the price is going to drastically vary based on the material or look or finish that you want to have out of the top. The Carl B finish that I have here being the most expensive, coming in at $400 fucking dollars. However, what a lot of people overlook is Ikea actually has an alternative wood look option coming in at $170. It isn't the darker finish. You are restricted to a lighter look of wood. And FYI, everything we're talking about today is a laminate or a veneer top. It's not actually real wood or real marble, but it doesn't mean that you still can't get a badass look out of this $170 alternative. Now, if you really want to save some money and get a little bit more creative in the look, make it more personable for you, Ikea has this $130 to $150 option depending on the material that you get that offers more colors like concrete and white marble. Now I do want to point out this was the option that I went with when I built my first ever custom desk setup from Ikea. Nothing wrong with it. If you get the right legs, it's more than sturdy enough, and it adds a little extra benefit to uniqueness for you. Now, as far as desktops go, one option to make it way more affordable is make sure you're going to a local Ikea and checking the as-is section. I know not too many people are close to Ikea. Back when we lived in Ohio, the nearest one to me was like 2 to 3 hours away. But the as-is section is discounted items that were either returned or slightly damaged during shipping. I've saved hundreds of dollars throughout the years shopping in the as-is section at Ikea's. And the worst desk that I had from it had like a tiny little nick on the back side. So it was fully refundable, but it still looked brand new. And ironically, when I was at my local Ikea, I seen one of the cheaper kitchen island tops for under $100 there. So that cheaper alternative is really relative to how close you are, if you can even go to an Ikea, and if they even have stuff. It is a bit of a gamble, but they typically have a lot of shit there, and I feel like it's really worth it. And as for the legs with the setup like this, I didn't want to go with the typical drawers, so I just bought some of these $150 legs off of Amazon. Now these legs are to the size and portion for this table, so it makes it very sturdy, but this is just the particular design that I went with. There's many other options that even come in at more affordable routes. Ultimately, with these types of setups and many of the setups that we go over, you can get as creative as you want. I was just talking to one of my viewers this week, and he used a door as his setup. Went to a store, bought a big slab that is typically used for doors, laminated the top in a look unique to him, and that's now his desk setup. But nonetheless, this is how I built my badass desk setup. You guys let me know what you're gonna put together. That's all I got for you guys today. I'm out. Peace. Deuces.